Hey everybody, welcome to another thrilling installment of Unsealed and Revealed. Yeah, I'm assuming you're clapping at home. That's right, I'll take the claps. My name is Jeff May. I'm super excited to be your host, and with me, as always, is sixth scale expert and all-around vengeful guy to know, Guy Klender. Guy, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing well. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. I'm very, very excited about what we have going on. Now, as always, we have Bree, the moderator. She is in the chats, and she is on the ones and twos, taking all of your questions, comments, and concerns for Guy, myself, and specifically for this piece. So feel free to deal with that. We are going live on pretty much everything right now, so don't be afraid to ask questions because Bree is checking them all out. Bree, you there? You gonna say hi, or we're gonna keep you silent for this one?
I'm here. Hello, everyone.
See, I wasn't lying, everybody. She's right there.
She is here.
I'm very excited about that. Now, I am super stoked because today we're going to be taking a look at the Batman Prestige Edition scale figure by Hot Toys, which Guy has with him, a huge Batman fan. So I am very excited to have this. And guess what? You have a chance to win one of these because we are giving away this figure that we are looking at right now. Now we'll be holding the giveaway through the Gleam contest, and Bree, some point in time during this episode, Bree is going to be dropping a link later in that show, and that ends at midnight Pacific Standard Time tonight. Now, I have been gifted by the gods, or just Sideshow, to have a secret code that counts for 1,000 entries, and I'm going to drop that secret code but once during this episode, so make sure you pay attention for that, because I'm going to say it once and then it's going to be gone. Now, Guy, I'm very excited about this. I need you to show me this figure, because I'm chomping at the bit.
It is incredible. It's really neat. Let's dive right in here. I'm going to do my best, and Jeff, you're going to help me out with the camera movement if I need to move it around. But let's first just discuss our box. We've got our foil Sideshow exclusive sticker right up top. And the reason I'm moving that because I also want you to see that the gold actually has a reflective quality as well. Bit of a texture pattern done in the Arkham A as well. And then it's really faint to see, but there are light little scratches that they've kind of added to the seal to give it that bit of a weathering look. That seal is also done up on the top and bottom of the box. Yeah. There is our back art as well without the symbol. Now this is one of our magnetic closure boxes. So inside we've got our credits.
Do you like the magnetic boxes, Guy?
I do.
Yeah.
I think it's a very neat way to display them out. You know, there's just that little extra bit of surprise there, and I do like that a bunch. So what I'm going to do now is open it up out of the bottom here. My favorite thing is always in there, and that is the instructions. And please do read these. And the reason I do that is Batman comes with a lot of accessories and weaponry, and you're going to want to know what hand to use with them, as well as whether or not things will move or whether they won't. The design makes it look like, you know, it's an articulated piece. However, it is not. All right. So inside here, let's take a look. I'm going to try and not get too much reflection. Lower quadrant, you're going to have.
Why don't you tip that up, Guy? I'm going to need you to tip it up a little closer. There you go.
Okay, so the lower, you're going to see where we have all of our gadgets. Mm-hmm. Okay, and that's going to come off. And then above, you've got our figure, secondary faceplate, his hands. But I want to turn it around. Now, I've removed it, but there will be a small plastic bag that has the cape. That'll be taped there. You'll undo that and take that off. I'm going to lift the top element off here, and then remove that figure. So delicately remove that. Don't yank on it when you're removing the cape. This is cape is a 2-ply cape, so it has serious heft to it.
Which we've seen in the Batman 6 scales before, is that sort of weighted, that thicker consistency here.
Boom. Can you see this guy? Pretty
cool. Man, yeah, he looks good. I love that, the color scheme.
Yeah, the color scheme on him is pretty darn incredible. So let's talk a little bit about his cape. And I'm going to see if I can... This is a kind of a vinyl leather-esque cape. It is a huge cape when it's opened up. All right?
Yeah.
And there are wires in it, particularly on the back one here, the lower longest point, which when you have it in the little bag that I said will actually have a bit of a fold up.
I think that this works really well for this specific character version of the character, because the games are so frenetic and so physical, and they rely on the cape so much.
Yes. And and so that's kind of a neat thing that they've done, that they've even though it's heavier, they've kind of pretty much every other stitch point has a wire in there to give you that mobility. Let's take a look, but when we open it up here, it's got texture on it, as well as the more slick and unbeaten areas of leather.
Yeah. Go ahead, Brig.
We have a question coming from AJ on YouTube, wondering.
Hi, AJ.
Wondering how stiff the figure is when you're opening him for posing.
What is that? I'm sorry.
How stiff the figure is when you're first getting him for posing, and in comparison to the previous Batman Arkham Knight.
He poses really nicely. I've moved him around a little bit, and we'll get into that. But as far as holding a pose, he seems to hold them nicely. I want to go over restrictions of the suit and all, but he's a darn nice one as far as articulation. You still have that same standardized body, but I do want to go over things that you want to be cautious of. We'll definitely talk about that.
Great.
I do like when they go with the leathery capes, because
they're neat, right?
Like they add that weight to the visibility of it.
Yeah, it definitely gives it. I mean, this is an armored-esque version of it. This isn't some skin tight suit, and so it gives it that serious kind of weighted look, and it looks very much like it does in the game. My character, when I play with him, doesn't really move around as much because I'm not good at it. But
I'm like, have you not gotten to this point yet?
No. To get your Prestige Edition, there are 2 missions, and you have to get 240 on it. No, but I can fall off buildings, and I like to just look around. I'm good at just looking around. Inside of the cape is going to be the silk. Okay, and like I said, it does give it that heft and weight. Before we get into the suit, I'm going to remove the head. We're going to take a look at this head sculpt, and we're also going to talk about the swap out faces. Okay, so here is our head sculpt.
Yeah.
In the instructions, these are very pointy. Do not hurt yourself.
Yeah, that's the vibe you get from the Arkham series, is that even the ears themselves can be used as a weapon.
Can be weaponry. So again, be cautious of those. But they are nice and tight and sharp. There's no bend to them or anything like that, but they are a harder plastic. These are not soft. So that's why you're going to want to give it a little bit of caution. Okay, let me see if I can move in there so you can see his eyes. Nice glaring eye. But these are deep and back in the mask. You get that kind of gruff and intense look on the lower chin. Now, this one here is one that we can swap out. Inside your top tray.
Yeah, we have the 2 different faces, right? There's like the neutral face, and then there's the
Yep. The neutral and we'll say it's a growling, kind of more stern.
Yeah, in the I'm not going to leave this okay.
Yeah.
If Batman's looking at you making the face, you're not going to have a good night.
Yeah. This isn't. Yeah. He's none too thrilled with you. This is your specialty tool that you're going to have in there. Okay, you've got the one little opened in here, and the other is kind of a little prong there. Now, in the back of the head, underneath the faceplate, I'm going to show you on the replacement faceplate. This is your replacement faceplate, and you see that it has that little dot there. Okay, that's a raised one. See it from the side. And we are going to take and push that right here. So I'm going to take my tool here and push.
Is that a custom tool?
Yes. Yep. This is a custom tool. This is not one I created. This actually comes in the tray, but it pops right out.
A Hot Toys official face remover? Yep. Is that what? No, not official.
Yes, and it is in your top tray. So there's that neutral.
Cool.
One right there. Again, there's that little nub. Okay, so when you push the tool in there, let's take a look at the head itself. There's that hole, and then I'm going to push in, line it up, and it'll snap in. And there is our more stern.
Yeah. That's one you don't want to mess with. I do have to give a shout out to Hot Toys for sort of creating their own tools to make sure that you can have this thing and it's not going to be flimsy. You know, they make sure it stays in there. It's important to do that, and they nailed it.
Yeah, it's great that they've done that, and like I said, it's an easy swap out. This is not something that you go, oh no, it's and it does have kind of an audible pop. When it goes in, you'll know. And they swap out like so. All right. While I've got his cowl off, we'll take a look a little bit more at the figure.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Way down, because I can put him back on as well. Now, this suit, as well as the cape, it's not a removable suit. Okay, this stays on. Don't try and remove it. Don't lift any of the things off to try and get it.
Yeah, this is Batman, not Bruce.
Exactly. Thank you. You are so wise.
That's the height of my wisdom.
Let me go over. The neck itself is a solid post, and the movement comes from an internal peg right there. Okay, you still get all of that movement that you get out of it. Okay, I still get my down and up and my side to side and all of that. We're just not getting it in here. And that's because the design of it wouldn't look right. Okay, nice and shiny gold. Congratulations to those of you that have gotten this far in the game.
Yeah, because you have to complete a few pretty tough missions to get this outfit.
Exactly, to get this suit. But as you can see, incredibly bright and shiny. But that really is the only thing that is that glaring bright. Down here on the belt, it's actually been given a bit of weather effect. And I want to take a look there that you can see that they've kind of dry brushed and given it that beaten look. Okay.
I feel like there's a reason for that. Like if you were to picture like Batman lore, that it seems like shining up the big target on your chest is the thing that you'd want to do to pull as much attention to that as possible.
Yeah. I like that. That's kind of this one boom, this one, pop. And I don't doubt that Batman taunted people at times. Go right ahead, and that definitely is a go ahead and try. Now, the belt is also not removable and not movable, and what I mean by that is this isn't going to raise up and down when you pose it. However, his side pouches will be lifting up.
Okay, they have give. All right, that's good.
these do have give, and we're going to look at that when I do some of the poses. While I've got him close up like that, let's take a look also at the chest section there. What I think is really neat about this suit is the differentials of the colors. Kind of that, even a little darker than, say, gunmetal, but it's that blackish silver, that black chrome.
Yeah, it's like a smoke. It's like a smoked gunmetal. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. That's a great phrase. Then you're going to get a semi-matte kind of here and a texture in the legs there. It's a really neat suit style.
Yeah, the Arkham suits tend to have a very interesting, very tactical vibe to it that really pan out with, you know, in the comics, it generally tends to have the very sort of like tights and fighting vibe. But
yes,
these really have the like, oh, if somebody shoots me, I need to prevent that from happening.
Yes. In fact, let's take a look right here on your shoulder pauldron. That's tiny carbon fiber. It has that carbon fiber look.
That weave.
Yeah. And that to me was really neat. They are also articulated. Okay. So when we do those movements, but I do want you to see that. And I like the little metal bracket underneath it. It's the little things like that and the little metal brackets there. Now, let's take a look at some other parts of his wardrobe. I'm going to move the cape out of the way, and we're going to take a look at the wrist gauntlet. This has a kind of a midnight blue metallic to it. It's on the gauntlets of the arm and on the boots. And then inside any of the arms, it's almost kind of slightly brushed into here. So it transitions from the blue to a black.
Ooh, that's a nice touch.
It is. It's very cool. It's really neat. And that carbon fiber that I talked about, that's done a few other places here on the side, on the chest as well. Really just an incredibly bad looking suit.
But in the cool way.
But in the cool way. I mean, he is one bad dude. All right, let's take a look at the boots as well. This is that blue I talked about. You have an articulated ankle here. Now, the side pieces of that do come down a little bit further. Okay, so be careful when you're doing any of your poses. It's not going to impede them, but know that they are a longer one. Okay, they're not incredibly brittle. But you do want to be aware of them. But you get all of your forward movement, back and forth, side to side.
Yeah, they really, it looks like, it's funny because you would think because this version of Batman tends to be bulky, you would think that it would limit movement. But now that I think about it, like the way this is sort of, the way the armor is segmented and apportioned, it almost seems like this would lean itself towards posing. Yes, it does. I mean, from a static kind of museum-esque pose to dynamic ones, he really holds them and looks great in all of them. This boot is, like I said, with the gauntlets and all, these are a non-removable thing. These are not going to go up and down like we've seen on some of our other boots. When we do the poses to them, we're going to show you a little bit of flexibility in the knee joint. See how it moves right there, and they cover cap will drop down. This will lift all the way up, and if he reels back to kick you like that, it's your day. You're a field goal. You're going through the uprights. Yeah, here. You're going through. While I've got this like this, I want to show you something. Boom. Oh, look at that. We got tread watch, ladies and gentlemen. We've got tread watch. But yeah, just a really neat, and it is a rubberized. Really? It's a bit of a rubberized feel to it, and it's got that kind of, action boot. No, I like that. That's a can handle wet floors kind of tread. Exactly. Yeah, no slip heel. But I did want to show that when you move that,
how the back knee will move. Okay,
I'll tell you,
those parts will move away from
the flexing of the knee was actually a surprise to me that it went back that far. Yeah,
particularly on the way this suit is. Now, this suit is totally different than what we've seen on a lot of figures. It's got this incredible sheen to it. It's a rubberized style suit. It just really has a nice look and feel to it. And it's sturdy. Like I said, this is on there. It's not moving. It moves when you are posing it, but you don't really have to worry about it doing bunching up.
That's right.
Or anything like that.
I do like that. Now, for those of you that are just joining us, we are taking a look at the Batman Prestige Edition figure by Hot Toys, which Guy is going over right now. And as a reminder, we will be giving this away. Bree is in the comments on whatever you're watching on, and she will drop a link to a Gleam contest where you have a chance to win this. And then also at some point in time within the next several minutes, I don't know, I might be dropping that secret code that counts for 1,000 entries. So again, we are looking at the Prestige Edition 6 scale by Hot Toys of Batman from the Arkham Knight video game.
All right. I took the head off because of those very pointy bits on the cowl, because I wanted to flip the cape up and over the back so you could see all of the detail. It's even got this back armor plate.
Yeah, that's pretty rad. Like you're barely going to be displaying that.
Clasp for the utility belt. It's very cool.
All right, guys, we've got a few more questions.
Yes.
Coming in. From Instagram, from Vincent Gata, we're wondering if the belt is painted metallic.
Is it a painted metallic? Yes. I was going to say, I think some is molded and some is painted, but this is a painted belt. Let's take a look there. If you can kind of see, like, this area here seems to be molded. All right. But that doesn't mean that they haven't gone and done a light weathering and airbrushing on it. So it's not a molded in color, shall we say. But there we go. Geez, that's a unique shot there.
Yeah. I was like, what kind of a show are we doing right now?
But I did want you to see, I really dig this, the stuff that's on the back.
Yeah, you do.
All right. One more question from YouTube. AJ is wondering if the figure should be displayed in a cold or a hot environment due to the materials that the suit is made out of.
Okay, that's a great one to ask. Cold or hot? Neither. You're gonna.
Ooh, a twist.
Yeah. Because I mean, you want what we say is comfortable room temp, be it Fahrenheit or Celsius. But I believe it says it's going to probably tell you, if it doesn't have a warning in here, like direct sunlight and direct heat. Don't put this near any. If you have a radiator duct that shoots warm or cold air out. No, because of the rubberized style of it, keep it away from there. Yeah, try and keep it in a medium heat. What is medium? What are we calling good room temperature?
What is it, like 70, 76? Is that room temp?
76 is great. You just don't want to get high heat is going to be an issue. Obviously, I don't think your home is going to be freezing. But you'll do better to have it in a cooler room.
Yeah, let's keep it, less Mr. Freeze or Firefly. How about that?
There you go. Thank you. Yeah, don't recreate a Mr. Freeze shot and you put him in your freezer to pose with them. Let's take a look while I've got the cape a little out of the way. Let's take a look at the gauntlet as well. Yes, and I love when they do the warnings. These are a sharp plastic. These are not a soft rubberized or bendable. Okay, sometimes we get the softer ones. These are hard, and we'll be cautious with them. You don't want to.
They're designed to extract vengeance.
Yep, and they do a darn good job. Now let's take a look while we've got it up there as far as mobility and posability. Okay. We can go a little above 90 on there. We do get on the arm. Told you that the shoulder pauldron will lift. I'm going to slowly lift that up and get a little above 90.
Oh,
there. The bicep is actually a padded. Okay, it's a little soft underneath. Not to say he doesn't do a heck of a lot of curls, but what I mean is that it does have a little give. This isn't a hard plastic rubber on there. Another one that's neat is, Jeff, when I moved the boot and showed you how that moved out.
Yeah.
Take a look at when you move the arm, this little shoulder.
Oh.
Or, I mean, the little elbow bit also moves.
I like that.
I can turn the arm like so, okay, and upward. All right, so you do have some good range of motion in the arms there.
Yeah, this is a surprisingly flexible piece. When you look at the size of this, you wouldn't immediately go towards like, oh, this is going to be easy to move around, and yet he is. Yeah. Now, we're going to talk about having the cape out of the way is kind of nice to be able to kind of show his range of motion here. Let's go to the legs. We did show that the knee moves all the way back. As far as a back bend, well, put your arm up there, Bats. Backward, about 20, 30 degrees. Forward, you get a good, solid, almost up to about 90. This is why I said these are softer. So when I move them forward, they will go out of the way. Okay, and you'll see that the suit will obviously bunch, but that's what it would do if he was wearing said suit. So I'm not so worried about that as far as a look. Let's move this. Yeah.
Remove the arms out. Move them to the side. But you do have.
Ooh, looks like he's doing a little dance.
You do have a good range.
Oh wow, yeah.
Okay. Now I wouldn't necessarily keep him in a pose quite like that, but
because that's not a pose Batman would ever do.
I don't know. I think Batman would do a lot. I mean, I think we're just Batman can do all kinds of stuff. That's the cool part.
I'd say doing a half split doesn't exactly seem like Batman's major intimidating factor.
No. And we'll get to his intimidation stuff in a moment.
Oh yeah.
But you do get quite a bit, and then of course you're also going to have the twist of the leg here. Okay, because I know some people asked about the suit. Yes. Be careful and go slow. Go slow to get to the position you want. When you feel resistance, then you've gone as far as you need to go. But
I mean, we suggest that with everything too. Don't just
not just this one, but all of them. And this does have a natural feel of when he's at said spot.
Yeah.
Now, Batman would not be Batman without gadgets aplenty. And he comes with a bundle. And I'm going to try and show off as many as I can here. First up, this is what he carries around most of the time with in the game, at least when I've played it. But I haven't gotten too far, so some of the gadgets he has, I've not earned those.
Well, it's funny too because for those of you who are new to the show, Guy is a master of preparation for this show, and so when it came down to this piece, Guy, you literally bought the game.
Yes, I did the overnight for the game because I said I'm not good at it. I just plugged in the PS4 that we purchased years ago. I just took it out of the box earlier this week. So this was the first thing that had ever gone into it. And I did call Jeff and say, do you play this game? Because I'm not any good at it. So let's take a look with this particular weapon here. You do have where it looks, where it looks as though it folds. and that's because it does in the game. It does not. Okay, the line, the disruptor gun is not one that you can move. All right.
Yes. So don't try to, please.
So don't try to and break it and be disappointed. But they've done a light weathering effect on here, even into the grip, the front, and then it's got the clear plastic kind of sight that he uses. So that's one of his weapons. One of my favorites, it's always been one of the favorites, is Batarangs.
Yeah, which I think, if I'm going to guess, this is going to be what people are going to want to pose it with the most.
You have two of these, and you also have special hands for it, and I'm going to show off the hands in a moment as well. I do want to talk a little bit about the instructions where you see things about what hands to use and what weaponry. On here, see how it has the little arrow? That's actually not telling you to open it. It's telling you that he can hold it anywhere on the outer side like that.
Oh,
the reason
okay.
I say that is you might think it's an articulated piece, so make sure you read all the instructions because it'll tell you it's not.
Okay, so it's not a foldable Batarang.
This is not a foldable one. Okay? It does have very sharp edges. If you thought that the cowl had bright points, this one definitely does.
Yeah, okay. That's a real Batarang, basically.
Yes, it's just a very tiny version, but it is a real one, and you have two of those. Next, we're going to get into the grapnel gun. Okay, this is the one, at least when I've been playing, is what you have most of the time. And this is the one that you also get to switch out a little bit in here. Mm-hmm. Now you see right up on the front, it's got the grapnel, and that can be removed.
So yeah, this is great. It is grapnel, right? I was conflicted on that because my immediate reaction is to say grapple.
Yes, I did the same thing and was like, okay, and looked it up, and grapnel is what it is.
Yeah. Well, I guess if it's a grapple thing, but it also, I guess, works as shrapnel in that regard, shooting out. I don't know. I'm not.
I think it's one of those compound words that, it does a lot of different things.
Yeah, it's not as easy as bat shark repellent to figure out where they got the name.
Where they got the name. Now, with this, not only did I remove that the little front arrow part, but this can also come off. Okay, leaving us with the base of the gun. And the reason we have that is there's a different style that you can put on as well. All right, and that has a different. That's pretty cool. Yeah, and that one has the hook in a bit more of an open. Trying to put it where the light is because my shirt is black too.
Man, they went pretty above and beyond here as far as.
Yeah, so you have that one as well that goes. Oh, I mean that's the thing is Batman is not without weapons. Then there's this honking guy, which is just crazy fun to have.
Can you hold it up to a white background?
Yes.
Can you hold it up to this side? There, that's better. Yeah, just over one of your shoulders is all we need. Yeah.
Or I'll do it by the. There we go. We're gonna do it right by the instructions so you can see what it is. This is another one. See how that has the two little prongs there? Mm-hmm. All of the different ends that you can swap into the grapnel are going to have there's the two holes, two prongs, boom. Okay, giving you a lot of different options on it. Okay, the front piece on this one doesn't come out though.
I was like, that's intense.
Yes. Now here's another neat thing that this does. We're going to go back to the original gun part that was with it in a closed position on the hook.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Over the shoulder.
Over the shoulder. Now here we're getting them on a thin wire. All right. And on the base, you've got the little brass sleeve. So when I pull out that, I can actually slide in, and then it is in firing mode.
It is mid-grapple.
Yes. Now, we've seen this before in some of the other action figure style where these are done in a molded plastic, or they are already in flight and they kind of give it a bit of a bend or wiggle. This is actually, you can see me moving that.
It's wire, yeah.
Is the wire. So you can decide how you want to place it, if you want to have it wrapped around things like that. Okay.
If I was making a suggestion, I would say that would be needed. You'd need a prop for that, something to either put it up against or to wrap around or something like that. I know some of the purists thinking of wrapping around. You want me to wrap my wire around something?
Exactly.
Do it. Yeah, do it. It's a toy.
Yes, it's what it is this is just another way for you to pose it. Yes, you may go, ugh, I don't want to do that. That's too delicate. You don't have to. The thing is, what's great about what Hot Toys is doing is giving you as many options as you want. Mm-hmm. If you used that particular weapon that way, and that's how you got this suit, you might want to display it that way. Yeah. This was your great move.
Wait, are you trying to tell me if you actually used it, then you would want to have it?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, like mine is him standing and not falling off the buildings. Yeah, that's as far as I've got. This is the line launcher.
Okay? Yeah, I was going to ask about that. Yeah,
it's a blue and silver. Hopefully, you can see. Now, this is actually what they have these lines here for. Okay, the two. Now here they also slide back and forth, giving you more posability for them. All right, and you see that they'll.
Oh, so this is one of those. This is, if you remember the original Batman film, the line launcher was the where does he get those wonderful toys? Yeah, that's the wonderful toy.
This is the wonderful toy, and here it is. So, like I said, this is just a different style than we've seen with having them in that light wire versus a hard plastic.
Yeah. And speaking of wonderful toys, just as a reminder, if you are just joining us, this is the Batman Prestige Edition 6-scale by Hot Toys from the Arkham Knight video game that we've been going through. And yes, we are giving this guy away. So Bree, at some point in time, is going to drop the Gleam contest that ends at midnight Pacific Standard Time, and I still have yet to drop my super secret code word, and so that'll give you 1,000 entries in the Gleam contest. So you people that are watching live, you get that bonus.
Here's another little neat gadget.
Yeah, what is that?
Again, I'm not good at the game, so hopefully one of you that is watching in our multiple platforms will be able to tell me exactly what you use this one for. Because according to this, it's just telling me his gadgets. But I do know that he uses this one. I do know what this one is. This is his voice changer. Okay, that he uses at times as well. Again, really fun dry brush to give it that metallic look in the little screen that he would be looking at. I mean, the weaponry alone in this thing is nuts. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different guns. That's quite a bit. And here's one of my favorites. This is his little sound grenade.
Oh yeah, those are great.
With the little blue in it. But what I like is here it almost has a bit of Batwing. Look at that old 60s.
Guy, we are getting some answers for you.
Yes.
Gadget you didn't know. It's his explosive gel device. A gel gun.
Oh, I did see that as a preview of a thing I might be able to do where I I know, I'm not good at this. I can do okay on Lego games, but these are new to me, folks. I'm still into the Atari style. Now, let's talk a little bit about the different hands. All right, and then we'll answer any questions and show off any posability that one would have. A number of different hands, and
so Guy, I want you to do me a favor. When you're doing the hands, can you just put them over your left or right shoulder? It doesn't have to be either or. We get a good enough visibility.
Oh, sure. Trying to show them off here.
Yeah, that's perfect.
There we go. When you do this happens to be one of his. That is the Batarang one. Okay. These are a harder plastic. Okay. And because that's why I want you to know that. So when you get to your posing and when you want to do it, be a little more cautious. All right. Slides in there. Holds in there very nicely.
Yeah, look at that.
All right.
That is intimidating.
Right and left that are this way. But yeah, these, I mean, you're right, Jeff. I think most people will want to have him displayed with one of those. And you do have
no question, really.
Yeah, and you do have two, both a right and a left for those there.
Well, the other good thing about it, too, is that what we have noticed in doing this show is that a lot of the people that watch like to switch up their poses. And this is the optimal piece to be able to do that.
Yes. Yeah. If you're one that likes to change them out and you're like, on the first of the month, I always go around and repose my stuff. This one, you're going to get a lot. You've got so many different things you can do.
You might have to do 1st and 15th on this one.
Probably. Okay, you have more of the open palm.
We're getting a few more questions.
Yeah.
From Twitter, wondering if you have a recommendation for what to store all of these accessories in.
Well, with this one here, I would actually keep it in the original box.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff and I talked at the top of the show that I do like that magnetic closure. I like the way the box is set up with the, lift it back up here and show it again. I like the magnetic closure. I would keep it in there because you're going to have all of these little parts in that tray. And so then it's going to stay in there. And you're also going to have all your additional 8 hands, the special one for your face swap out, all of those. So I would keep it that way versus, a little box or anything like that.
A lot of people like to store their boxes because, they get buried. And if that's the case too, I think I've seen a lot of people use tackle boxes.
Yes. Yeah.
I
do have those as well for some of my figures in a tackle box that has it. Know that because he comes with a lot of stuff, if you're going to do a tackle box for it, which is completely a good idea, know that it's going to fill a lot of your tackle box. He's not without a lot of stuff.
I would say make sure you label it, and if you use a tackle box to store other things, don't do 2 Batman accessories. Don't do accessories for 2 different Batmans, I think would be the because then you don't want to mix it up and then
you're like, wait, did he come with the? I don't remember him using bat shark repellent in the Arkham game.
It looks like he's trying to fly the way you have him posted now.
What I'm doing here is just showing off the different specific hands, and these are all in your instructions as well. They are pretty self-explanatory. When you're looking, you're going to know, okay, I need a more open grip, or I need the two fingered one to hold the line launcher. That one needs the more open hand.
Yes,
to be this one here for your line launcher, and that's because of how much it takes up. But again, this is some of that cool stuff that they do with the line launcher hand. The fingers actually go inside the little handle, which is unique because this handle has, lowering, but then 2 things like that. So this isn't your standard grip.
No.
By any means. And so it's neat to have a specialty hand for it. And they've thought of all of the different ways that you would want to do it. And you have a larger, kind of more open grip hand for the grenade and some of the others. So
yeah, I think we can be rest assured that Hot Toys definitely took a while to piece this together, because the amount of effort and attention to detail in this piece is unbelievable. Like it's just so good.
Just massive amounts of work from the paint stylings that are new and different on this suit to all of the different little gadgets he comes with. That, to me, that's always a neat thing, is how many accessories or gadgets does something come with, and this one does not disappoint.
No, I wouldn't think so.
And he just static posed like that, he looks really incredible. But we're gonna do a few things. Points of articulation. Let's talk a little bit about the chest. Okay. I'm gonna hold it back here, cape wise. Boom. Okay, you get good side bend on there. Now the front bend, because of the way the chest is, he will do that, but realize that that is going to bunch up a little bit when you do it. So it's a little bit restricted on what it'll do, but you can bend in with the hip and other to get it. But you can see when I'm slowly moving it, then the rubberized material will kind of go back into place. So I'm slowly moving it, letting it kind of reset itself. All right, and good positioning on the back as well, if we want him looking upward to use his grapnel gun and shoot upward.
That is, I would say that is the ultimate look of him noticing the bat signal in the air, like right there. That is him. Somebody's calling the Caped Crusader to action. And that being said, I feel like I might as well let y'all know right now that the secret code for 1,000 entries in the Gleam contest that Bree will be dropping, the secret code is Crusader in all caps. So once again, I'll say it one more time, and then you will not get it out of my mouth again. The secret code is Crusader, and Bree will be dropping that contest down. So write it down, folks.
I've always liked that phrase, Caped Crusader. I always thought it was fun.
Yeah, it shows a pretty interesting determined level of determination on his part.
Yeah, you're a pretty determined individual. Kicking you with that cool tread.
Yeah, God, I mean that alone right there, like when you look at it and you're like, they did not, to steal a line from another franchise, spared no expense.
Yes.
Yeah, it shows a pretty interesting determined level of determination on his part.
Yeah, but you can get there when we talk about like the leg all the way out, kicking you with that cool tread.
Guy, we have.
Yeah, God, I mean that alone, right? Yeah. Hey, Guy, we got some stuff from Bree. Bree, what do you got?
We had a few more questions I want to make sure we get to before the show ends. A few people wondering if it comes with the stand, and if so, can they see the stand?
Yes. You know what? I've been showing him to you without a stand.
Oh, yeah.
Because I haven't gotten to it, but it's also just to show you how incredible that he doesn't need it with this particular one. But you do have one, traditional style stand, and it has that gold Batman on it. All right, and this is your standard under.
What's the shape of it?
That's the U. It's a U shape, or you mean, or you mean the base part?
The base, yeah. Is it an oval?
No, I'm going to hold some white back for it so you can kind of see.
Oh, okay.
All right. It's very similar to some of the other bases we've seen shape-wise. And then on the front, you're going to have your logo. Ooh, you can see bright chrome, so you can see it reflecting the sunlight I have here in the room.
Yeah, it really does sort of pull in the prestige aspect of it. I mean, this is like a Dark Knight in shining armor, kind of a version.
Yes, for those of you who played the game and gotten to this point, again, I congratulate you because I'm not good at it. But this is not an easy level to get to, so it's a badge of honor, hence the badge of honor, and it's really neat. From the way the leather goes in the back, if I spin this around here and get a little closer to see, even that has this kind of textured and edge to it. Can you see that, Jeff? Can you see where it goes?
Yeah, no,
smooth and glossy to textured.
Well, I personally can't because I think they can on YouTube. Yes. My visibility is a little bit shrunk.
Even that is really neat, where it kind of has a gradient. Up here is shiny, then it has this like a non-polished leather, and then down below the smooth leather. So it is really neat.
That realistic level of weathering that you would see.
Oh yeah.
The action that it would see would lead that to that level.
Oh yeah. Bree, other questions that we have? I know I just did the stand one.
Yes, we have some people wondering if the joints are ratcheted or what kind of noise they're making when they're moving.
Okay. Let me try and do them right close to the camera and see if you can hear them. They're not necessarily ratcheted, but because of the material that's used, you're going to hear as it moves. All right. And what I mean is you kind of get an audible sound of knowing.
Yeah, I heard that. Now I don't hear it.
Yeah. Where you've taken it. Okay. Not a ratcheted, but because of the way the suit is, that it's snug on there, it is going to hold those poses. Okay. Okay. Here, we're going to see if we can do this and you can hear it. I'm going to lift the arm and see if you can hear.
Oh, yeah.
Not ratcheted, but nice tight joints.
Yeah, it's a textured sound.
Allow you to do all of those poses that you want to do. Recreate your incredible scene that you were able to finish off in the game. And again, congratulations for those of you that are really good at these. The only thing I'm glad about is I'm not having to keep putting another quarter in.
Yeah, it's fun watching Guy try to decide what's more impressive, the toy or somebody accomplishing what it would get in the game.
Exactly. Like, way to go for you. All I know is that I can make it look cool over here, but I can't necessarily ever do it on the game. But I think the figure is really, really gorgeous and a great addition to the Batman line. Right here, I'm going to step off for a second and grab one of my absolute favorite things in the world. We know I like the microfiber cloths.
Yeah, you didn't even have to bring one.
No.
Normally you bring it with you, but now you can just have it.
All right.
He definitely shows fingerprints on that chest area. Yeah. Go ahead, Bree.
One more question. Do the gauntlets turn and twist?
The gauntlets themselves are solidly attached, okay? So these are not like other ones where we've had where they are loose and move. So when you're going to go for that movement that the person is asking about, you're actually going to be twisting the entire arm, okay? So you can kind of see how it moves from the bicep area.
Oh, is there forearm articulation?
There is a slight forearm articulation as well. Again, Be gentle when you do it, but boom, I can get it to go around. So I can have it where the blades of the gauntlet are kind of straight down and tight to him versus off to the side and back. because they kind of have a downward slope back. You see them straight from behind. See, they have that downward slope into the back, but I can move them out. There we go. Can you see that all right?
Yes. Yeah, now
okay. So you will be able to move the forearm, and you'll also move the bicep. So there, I can get it to where it's straight out to the side like that.
Classic Hot Toys working together.
That answers the question, Bree. If they need me to clarify again, let me know. I just want those to know that with the boots and the gauntlet and the entire suit, they are all connected. Okay, they're not a removable style. So be careful not to try and yank them off. This is just, you know, I'm excited. Maybe one day I get this far in the game and can actually see.
I'm afraid
it looks like.
I'm afraid that now this toy has created a brand new addiction for Guy.
Yes.
By being granted the opportunity to look at this toy, you're now like, well, I guess I have to play this game for the rest of my life.
I was like, I don't know that video game. A movie I can usually watch, or a book I can read, or a comic I can read that. This was like, okay, uncharted territory. But I thank those of you watching that are into it for definitely making me a fan of it and trying to learn how to do it. I also just love how tall the cowl points are.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good part of that design.
I mean, we've seen so many variations on the cowl throughout Batman's, is it 80 years? 80? How many years now, Jeff?
80 years, dude.
80 years. We've seen so many variations, but I do dig that real tall, pointed and looking straight forward. That they have. It's even in a static pose like that, this guy really is an intimidating, beautiful piece of design.
He's Batman.
Yep.
Bree, I'm going to do a last call for questions.
Yes, we're 2 questions. I'll just ask them both real quick.
Yeah.
They're wanting to see both faces side by side, and also wondering if you can put anything in the utility belt.
No, you cannot put anything in said utility belt. And here are the 2 faces. I'm going to move these up here. We're going to have him sit down a little bit so I can get him camera. So, whoopsie. There are my 2 options.
Yeah, if you could even push it closer to the camera, if at all possible, just because yeah, there you go.
There we go. So you've got gritty, and I mean both are stern.
Yeah.
But one is the teeth-bearing one.
Yeah, the teeth-bearing one is the one that's like, oh, you're about to have a broken bone.
Yeah, he's not mildly displeased with what you've done. I'm going to actually remove the head to show. There's our first. Okay, this is what's going to come in the box. Right out of the box, he's going to come with this particular pose. And then this is going to be your stern teeth grit. There's that little bit in the back. See how it's raised a little bit?
Yeah.
They're going to take you, there you go. Because the whole head is molded in black, and then these are in the white, you know exactly where to use your specialty tool. Does that answer that, Bree?
Yeah, I think you answered it.
Can you put anything in the utility belt? No. These are molded closed, but there are plenty more gadgets and that he would carry inside, I guess.
Yeah, there are vanity. Those are vanity pouches, but I'm guessing if this Batman came with like smoke bombs, for example, you just lose them immediately.
I like the phrase vanity pouches.
They're vanity pouches. As a fan of somebody who read comics in the 90s, trust me, I'm very familiar with vanity pouches.
Vanity pouches.
Now, that being said, thank you all so much. I think we're going to wrap that up. God, that's a good-looking toy. You have all been an absolutely amazing audience. For those that are looking to win this piece, don't forget to head to I know they are. Head to side.show/winBatmanP and use that super secret code that I said earlier in the episode for 1,000 entries. And if you are interested in any other giveaways, we have Collect a Day May going on right now, where we challenge you to show us your collectibles each day of the month to win a prize. For example, today is Marvel Monday, meaning we want to see any of your Marvel-related collectibles, and you can win the Iron Man Mark 56 scale by Hot Toys, and Bree will actually drop that link in real quick. Don't forget to check out all of our social media at Collect Sideshow, at Sideshow Collectibles on Instagram, at Collect Sideshow on Twitter, and of course your Let Your Geek Sideshow Facebook group, where we get a lot of the information, a lot of the cool stuff that Sideshow is going on. It's a great fan community. You got to check that out. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit subscribe and hit that notifications bell so you know when things are going up, because we got a lot of stuff coming. We'll see you all tomorrow, because we got Get Super with my man Joshy G, which is a super accessible, no gym needed workout session, and God knows I need it right now. So I'll be there, and I'll see you there watching. I won't be on the screen. And they will be giving away the Gellert Grindelwald 6 scale by Hot Toys that Guy and I took a look at not too long ago. And that's a really good piece. Now, Guy, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Killed it today. You were so great. Thank you so much for taking a good look. Bree on the ones and twos, thank you so much for being there. You're a lifesaver.
Yes.
And thank you all for watching us. We really appreciate each and every one of you. So don't forget to let your geek side show and your stay inside show. All right. Thank you all. See you later.